Halo guys,
Welcome to the Pakcik.
Jangan lupa nonton video ini sehingga habis
Dan terus mendukung channel ini. Anda ingin mendapatkan suara yang sangat adem untuk vlogging, vlog, ASMR dan pelbagai lagi. Anda boleh mendapatkan Boya BY-XM6 S2 Ultra Compact 2.4 GHz Dual Channel. Dapatkannya di description down below. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Kembali lagi dalam The Pakcik Izz dan juga Arwi.
Assalamualaikum guys, apa kabar kalian? Semoga sehat-sehat selalu ya guys. Alhamdulillah ya. Kita bertemu lagi di channel The Pakcik, channel yang memberikan kita informasi, entertainment dan juga reaksi yang jujur aja ya guys. Alhamdulillah, terima kasih kepada kalian yang udah komentar, yang udah request kita ya, bermacam-macam lagi video-video wisata, video-video yang lucu-lucu, yang ngakak-ngakak dan juga yang bermacam-macam lagi,
sejarah juga.
Di mana mereka request di official IG kita ya. The Pakcik Official ya. Menuju 666 ya.
Apa-apapun guys, jangan lupa untuk follow official The Pakcik kami.
The Pakcik ya. Ada di IG, kalian cari aja The Pakcik Official.
Nih guys, keluar. 572 sudah guys. 572 followers. 555. Kita mau 666.
Ya, kalian lihat nanti mungkin di video ini kalian udah mungkin bertambah. Jadi harus cepat-cepat kayak gitu ya.
Ya, maaf mungkin ya kita belum share lagi sebarang foto. Kita tunggu dulu.
Bentar. Dan juga ini ada real account ya. Jangan risau ya. Kalau kalian message kita ya, kalau kita terlihat ya kita bakal balas ya guys. Alhamdulillah ya, makasih. Dan juga di The Pakcik Official ini kita bakal melihatkan juga nanti di mana kita kayak gitu di Jakarta nanti ya.
Maksudnya lebih kepada update kita lah.
Iya, update kita di sana juga. Yang nggak bisa kita share di YouTube, kita akan share di IG kita.
Ya betul.
Jadi cepat-cepat untuk follow kita ya guys.
Betul. Sebabnya kalau di YouTube itu kita perlu editing lagi, perlu banyak lagi lah. Jadi kalau di IG itu kita boleh direct shoot, upload.
Dan gitu. Beritahu kalian kita di mana. Di sini guys. Kalian harus tahu kita di mana ketika ini. Jadi jangan lambat-lambat. Kalian harus follow. Kita akan follow back sehingga 666 saja ya. Kenapa 666? Wah itu saja. Ya. Dan juga kalian kalau yang nggak aktif di IG kita itu, yang kita follow itu mereka nggak aktif ya, minta maaf ya, kita mungkin bakal yang kita request nggak di accept ya, kita bakal
terpaksa remove
nggak follow lah ya, bukan remove kayak gitu, kita nggak request lagi, kita akan beri peluang kepada teman-teman kita yang kita pengen aktif. Follow back, yang aktif untuk kita follow back. Jadi jangan lambat-lambat untuk kalian follow The Pakcik Official. Mantap. Dan juga untuk kali ini Pakcik, kita bakal melihat satu lagi seorang bule ya, yang mana dia udah tinggal di Bali nih bilangnya.
Tinggal di Bali.
Yang udah pindah di Bali, yaitu Aileen Ko. Yang jangan lupa
untuk follow Aileen Ko.
Jangan lupa untuk follow ya. Dia memberitahu kita berapa costing ya, berapa uang yang dia keluarkan selama tinggal di Bali kayak gitu, ataupun sehari-hari di Bali kayak gitu ya. Jadi kita itu kan pengen ke Bali juga nih ya, jadi mungkin ini adalah salah satu pengetahuan buat kita juga teman-teman yang lain. Jadi nggak perlu basa-basi, kita akan mulakan dalam 3, 2, 1 and go.
I moved to Bali, Indonesia last year in July, so July 2021, which means I've spent a little bit over a year here on this beautiful little island. And since I get the question a lot how much money I spend every single month, how much money you need to live at Bali, I wanted to break down my costs for you today. What I have to add in the beginning is that Bali can be as cheap or as expensive as you want it to be. I try to stay on the cheaper side just because
maksudnya kalau tinggal di Bali itu bisa jadi mahal, bisa jadi murah,
juga.
Bergantung kepada keperluan kalian.
Jadi kita pengen lihat yang sisi murah lah.
Benar-benar.
Sisi murah lah ya kalau
tapi kalau sama keluarga mungkin ada cost-nya yang beda juga.
Oke, lanjut.
I want to save my money, so it can definitely be a lot more expensive if you want to stay in Bali, but it can also be cheaper. It really depends on what you need and what you want. I prepared a little Excel sheet where I broke down all of my costs.
Wah, ini bagus nih, detail nih guys.
That I've ever
Dia
seen
sediakan kita Excel ya.
I had an amount in my head that I spend every single month, but
Dia menghitungnya.
nonetheless, it was also very exciting for me to
Bagus
see it.
juga dia ni.
And I broke it down in several categories, and let's start with the first one.
Yes.
Personally choose to stay in a homestay. I'm not sure if it's homestay or guest house or what really the difference is, but I have my own room, I have my own bathroom,
seperti
and
studio,
then we
kamar
have a
studio
shared
kayak
common
gitu ya?
area which has a kitchen and a shared pool. And for that, I pay 5 million Indonesian rupiah every single month, which is about
Bentar, lanjut.
330.
5 juta.
5 juta berapa kalau di Malaysia? 5 juta. Wih,
Kira dulu.
bentar ya. Kita kira ya guys, 5 juta
Rupiah
ya.
to MYR 5 juta. Maksudnya 1.500.
1.500 per bulan.
Ah.
Oh,
Wow, mahal juga ya.
mahal juga ya buat kita ya. Mungkin buat bule ini ya murah, tapi kalau buat kita itu mahal juga ya guys. Ya buat kalian pasti mahal juga ya kan?
Betul.
Oke. Wah.
33 euros at the moment. This was actually 1 million rupiah cheaper a year ago, but they raised the price back to the normal price now that tourism is back in Bali, which is totally understandable. So yeah, my fixed costs, they moved up a little bit. I think that's quite an okay price. I've heard from friends that they found cheaper homestays, but then I really like this a lot. I choose to stay close to Canggu. I think I have to add that because there's definitely areas that are cheaper and areas that are more expensive. But yeah, 5 million is what I got here, and I'm really happy. But on top of this 5 million, I have to add another million because on the beginning of my trip back to Bali, which was in the middle of August, I choose to stay in Uluwatu for 2 nights, and for that I paid 1 million extra. So I spent 6
Oh,
million on accommodation.
totalnya 6 juta Pakcik dia bayar ya.
6 juta
A
ya.
lot of you might know
Yeah,
the
6
main
juta.
transportation in
6
Bali
juta.
or Indonesia or Asia in general is having a
Dia bakal
bike.
kira nih
So
guys,
you can
jangan
either
main-main
rent a
kita nih.
bike, which most of people do. I'm currently looking to buy one because I want to stay in Bali long term. At the moment, I'm still trying the NMAX of my boyfriend, so I'm not really paying for that. I'm looking to buy this one eventually, so this will add a lot more cost next month.
Dia beli,
But if you're
dia beli
looking to
motor ya.
rent a bike monthly, that's what I used to do before I flew back to Germany over the summer this year. I was renting a Scoopy Honda and it was in a really good condition. I rented it out for a year straight, and every single month I paid 700 Indonesian
700 ribu.
rupiah, which is about
700.000 sekitar 46 pound. Kalau dibandingkan dengan transportasi lain, misalnya apa, ini super murah. Murah.
Ya. Baginya super murah. Oke, kita kira tadi 1.000 berapa. Oke, lanjut.
now I have to think. 700 Indonesian
6
rupiah are
juta,
about
700 ya.
46 euros. So I think it's a really good price if you compare to other ways of transportation, for example in Europe.
Kira nih guys, 6
And
juta
then on
700
top
ya.
of that is the petrol, which I usually, it depends on the
40.000.
bike. On my Scoopy, I would say I spent around 70 or 80 rupiah every single month, which is probably between 5 or 6 euros, so it's very low. Then for the NMAX, I spent a little bit more, maybe around 40 or 50 to get a full
120.000.
tank, and I would say I need 2.5 tanks a month, so I have costs for around 120 rupiah for that. Then we're heading over to the groceries. So I don't really cook a lot, I have to say, so I eat out most of the times. But however, I still go to the
700.000,
supermarket every now and then to buy some
120.000.
sodas or just to buy some snacks. And for the last month, I paid approximately 150
150.000.
rupiah at Pepito, so for snacks and sodas. Then I have my expenses for the Tokobua, which are the fresh fruit markets and vegetable markets. They are the local ones, so it's a lot cheaper than if you buy it at Pepito or the Festivo market, so I can definitely recommend doing that. And for that, I spent 120,000 rupiah the last month. And what I also have here in my little apartment, because I don't want to waste too much plastic or I want to reduce this as much as I can, I have a water gallon here that I just exchange whenever it's empty. I think it's about 19 liters that fit in there. And for every single gallon, it cost me 20,000 rupiah, which is just a bit over €1, I think. Maybe €1.20 or something like that. So it's super cheap. And I got 2 gallons the last month, which makes it around, let's say, €3.
3 euros.
Now we're
restoran
coming to
dan
the
bar.
interesting part.
Yang ini rasanya nggak perlu
restaurants and
dimasukin nih.
bars. And I just realized this
Ini
is
standard
almost as
lah.
high
Ini
as my expense
bukan
for
keperluan ya.
accommodation, because as I said, I'm eating out a lot. But I have to say I also eat a lot of local food, which is cheap. So I eat at a lot of warungs here in Canggu and Krobokan. I have my favorite ones that I always go to, and there you pay for a meal around, let's say, between 1 and 3 euros. So it's super affordable, and I really like to do that. I could honestly eat local food every single day.
Oh,
all
dia
day,
suka
but,
dengan
you
makanan
know, it's
Indonesia.
not
Dia
too
bisa
good for
makan
my
setiap
stomach
hari
because
ya.
it has a lot of oil. So I also go to regular restaurants and get the healthy food like smoothie bowls and stuff, which I really like, or a salad every now and then. And for that, you pay a little bit more at the restaurants, usually between 6 and 8 euros, I would say, for a meal. So I also do that. And then what I have to say is, I'm a coffee lover. I get my coffee
Wow.
almost every single day.
Ya, maksudnya kalau konsumsi kepada kopi ini yang kedai-kedai hipster begitu, bisa jadi apa? Mahal juga ongkosnya. Tapi kalau lebih kepada yang toko-toko yang makan makanan biasa gitu, jadi nggak ada masalah lah.
Nggak ada masalah.
Ya. Tapi ini
Sebenarnya-
kan untuk konsumsi diri sendiri. Jadi
Iya, benar-benar.
nggak ada
Yang dia
masalah,
cerita
ada
ini
duit,
nih.
teruskan.
Iya, ini ceritanya ini kalau lu ada uang, ya nggak apa-apa, ya kan, kayak gitu.
Iya,
Sebenarnya
benar,
costnya
benar,
itu bisa direndahkan sebenarnya. Lagi rendah, tapi kita lihat kehidupannya ini lebih kepada apa? Dia pengen menikmati lah kehidupannya di sana, ya.
Yes.
Lanjut.
Kita dengarkan lagi.
Outside, which I should change probably because that's honestly a thing where I spend a lot of money on. So a coffee costs for me, it's never cheaper than 40 to be honest, because I always choose a plant-based milk option. So my coffee is always between 45 and 55,000 rupiah, which is between
dia
I think
pengen
around
ada
3
susu
euro
ya.
50. So it's
Wah,
really
sampai
like the
sedetail
German
itu ya
price, I would
diberitahu
say,
ya.
and I drink this every single day. Oh yes, in total I spent 4.5 million rupiah on restaurants and bars the last month.
4,5
I'm gonna
juta.
try to cut out the coffee. Or not.
Maksudnya tadi 6 juta tambah 1 juta 700.000, kira 8 juta. Tadi berapa
Tambah
tadi?
lagi 1,4 juta, 4,5 juta.
4,5 juta, kira 12 juta sebulan. 12 juta sebulan bersamaan dengan 3.600 ringgit. Allahu Akbar.
Woi, banyak banget uangnya ini. Oke, lanjut.
Trying to cut out the coffee, but I want to drink more coffee at
Ringgit
my
Malaysia
place.
aja
So
udah
probably
mahal
get an
bagi
espresso
kita.
or something to cut this down a little bit more. But yeah, 4.5 million for that, which is around 300 euros. Then what you need when you live
kartu.
in Bali or in another country, you need a SIM card. And luckily, this is super affordable when you get here. I was honestly hoping that my SIM card that I got last year could be still activated, but unfortunately it cannot. But it turned out that it was even better because topping up my data was supposed to be more expensive than just getting a new SIM card, and now I got even more data. And this time I spent 150,000 rupiah on that. I got 35 gigabytes of data and the SIM card, so that's really good. It's around 10 euros and you have to renew your phone plan every single month. So even though if you have data left, it doesn't transfer into the next month, which is kind of wasted, but still it's really affordable to top it up. So I definitely cannot complain. If you compare the phone plans here to the phone plans in Germany or in Canada or USA, it's a huge difference. I use the Telkomsel SIM card, by the way. I can really recommend that one. I think Telkomsel is the best provider they have here in Indonesia. So if you're looking to get a SIM card, choose Telkomsel. That's no ad, by the way. The next category is fitness. So I have my gym here in Bali, which I go to, and I get the monthly membership always, which cost me 1.5 million. So this is around 100 euros, and it's a lot. For my gym in Germany, I pay 15 euros every single month, or I used to pay that, so it's a lot of a difference. But gyms in Bali are generally a lot more expensive, at least if you're looking to get the same quality and standard that you're looking for, like in Europe or USA or Canada or Australia or whatsoever. So then you have to expect to pay around 100 euros upwards. It's really not cheap here, but it's worth it for me. I needed to be balanced, I need to be motivated and focused, so it's really worth it for me, and I wouldn't want to miss it. But there's also local gyms. A lot of my friends go there as well, and there for one visit you pay around 2 euros, I think. But then you cannot expect an AC or something like that. The equipment is not as new. I mean, it works out if you're just looking to get a quick workout in, and if you want to train at a gym, like just doing weights. But for me, I don't really like to do that in the heat here. My beloved Muay Thai gym, 1.5 million.
400 ringgit ya gitu. 1,5 juta.
Ringgit. Untuk per bulan ya, untuk gym
So
aja
under
ya.
this category, I
Wow.
have just a bunch of expenses that don't really occur every single month, or at least not the same amount. And what I did in August is I got a haircut. I don't do this every single month, but in August I did it one time, and I paid 200,000 rupiah for that. And I went to a smaller place in Kuta. I really like it there. I was just looking for a simple haircut, so not anything fancy. And 200 rupiah are 13 euros, so that's also kind of a cheap haircut. They definitely have more expensive places here, so if you're looking to dye your hair, to do a lot more fancier stuff, you can expect
Sama
more,
juga di
but
Malaysia.
still,
Kalau
I think
kita
it's cheaper than
pengen potong rambut ya
somewhere
mahal
else in the
juga
world.
sebenarnya.
Then also what I did for the last few months when I was in Bali, I didn't do this the last month, but still I wanted to include it for the girls. I got my nails done, so I got gel nails
Denny
by
bikin
Ayu.
nails
Her
juga
name
ya.
on Instagram is Nails Care Bali, and she always comes to my place like every 2 or 3 weeks. Depends on how fast your nails grow, and she is taking off the gel and applying new gel nails. And for my hands and my feet together, I paid 250,000 rupiah, which is 17 euros, so it's super affordable. And I cannot recommend her enough. I didn't do that the last month, but I'm gonna do that next month for sure.
Berapa
Then
banyak
also what I
ini?
had just after I got back to Bali was a nice 90-minute body massage, so this also falls down under the category others, and for that I paid 130,000 rupiah, which is around 8 euros
kira
and 50
murah ya?
cents, so
Iya.
cannot complain.
Jangan kamu
Then
bagai-bagai.
also what you need to do every single month
Pengen
is your
pijat-pijat
laundry,
ya?
obviously.
Ya,
And the
kakinya
guest houses
aja.
and homestays here, they don't
Kaki
have
juga
washing
nggak
machines,
bisa.
so everybody is doing
Bisa.
their
Melainkan
laundry
kita bersama.
outside, and how they do
Nggak ada
this is
canda-canda.
a fixed price they charge per kilogram.
Nggak,
So you
nggak.
just put all your laundry, clothes and stuff
Kalau bersama
in the bag
keluarga,
and
ya
you wait in
masak
the
kau.
beginning, and then you just pay upfront for it or when you pick it up. And the place I always go to, they are super affordable. Their price per kilogram is 15,000 rupiah, and usually every single time I go there, I have around 2 kilograms of laundry, which makes it 2
ini
euros
standard
every
ini.
single time I do my laundry. And last month I did my laundry 3 times, so I paid
Aku pengen dengar nih berapa dihabisin nih
90,000 rupiah for that.
per bulan nih orang ini.
Wait, let me check.
Lebih dari
and that's
4.000
around 7
ringgit.
euros, so cannot
Aku
complain
rasa
about that.
5.000 ringgit.
But the price for that also varies a lot between the areas you live. So I live a little bit outside of Canggu, so not right in the center. But when I lived in the center for a month in September last year or something, I paid 50,000 rupiah per kilogram, which is also still cheap, but a lot of a difference if you add it up over a year. And if you add all of these expenses up, we're
Nah,
getting to almost
betul lah.
14 million Indonesian rupiah, which are like 930 euros. So 930 euros is what I currently spend on a month of living in Bali in 2022. So as I said in the beginning, it can definitely get a lot more expensive if you're eating out in fancy places every single day, 3 times a day, or if you choose to stay in a villa instead of a homestay, it also gets more expensive, obviously.
Ini
So
dari
how
diri
much you
kita
spend every
sendiri
single
aja
month is
sebenarnya.
really
Betul,
depending a lot on your lifestyle, because for example, also I don't really go out and drink because I just don't like that. But I have friends who do, and they spend a lot more money every single month because alcohol gets very
Bagus
expensive,
ini,
especially
bagus.
cocktails, and if you go to those
Bagus,
nice
tapi
beach
dia
bars.
kira
As you might
yang
have noticed,
bagus.
I didn't include the cost for the flights, the visa, or the health insurance, because they depend a lot on the country where you're from, and also the flight, for example, is only a one-time thing, at least if you're looking to stay in Bali or Indonesia for a longer time. So I have a little bit more costs that come on top of these 930 euros, but that really depends on what kind of visa you currently have or looking for. My Indonesian followers are probably getting a heart attack right now when I say I pay around 14 million for living every single month, but yeah, that's what I pay. And for a foreigner, I consider this on the cheaper side of living because, yes, as I said before, I'm not living in a villa, I'm not really going out a lot, I'm eating out a lot, which I want to change, but yeah, 14 million rupiah it is. Is that a lot? Definitely let me know in the
Mengira
comments
ini.
if you expected this amount every single month or if you expected more or less. I would be super curious about that, so drop me a comment below. If you want to learn more about living in Bali or what life in Bali is like, make sure to follow my YouTube channel and also follow me on my Instagram. My Instagram handle is eileen.co. I'm trying to add this here. If you like this video and it was helpful for you, then I would be super happy if you could give me a thumbs up, and then I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!
Wow, terima kasih buat Eileen.co atas videonya. Memang sangat jelas
Iya,
memberitahu
iya.
tentang
Tentang
budgetnya itu.
detailsnya ya. Ini mantap
betul.
banget guys. Kalau dikira-kira tadi ya, yang kalau kita kira costingnya itu hampir 6.000 duit Malaysia ya, Malaysia ringgit
Lebih
per bulan ya. Wah, itu bukan bukan murah ya sebenarnya.
Tapi mungkin
Iya.
tapi mungkin bagi para bule 6.000 atau 4.000 ringgit itu atau 15 juta rupiah merupakan budget yang bagi mereka affordable lah. Mampu begitu. Sebabnya kita tahu mereka tinggal sampai sebulan, 2 bulan begitu. Sudah pastilah kan. Tempat tinggal itu bukannya mereka dapat sewa rumah yang untuk lokal, tapi dikonsider sebagai rumah untuk international use. Jadi
Iya,
terpaksa untuk
benar-benar.
tinggal di hotel, di villa begitu, sewa untuk sebulan. Jadi perbelanjaan di situ akan mengambil yang tinggi lah di sana.
Iya benar. Tetapi ini bagi aku dia worth lah, karena dia tinggal di tempat yang indah ya. Harus ingat ya, Bali adalah tempat wisata bagi aku nomor 1 di Indonesia. Ya.
Betul.
Untuk para bule-bule ini ya. Tapi kalau buat orang Malaysia itu kebanyakan mereka itu ke Bandung, ke Jakarta kayak gitu ya kan. Tapi kalau bule-bule ini bagi mereka nomor 1 adalah di Bali. Jadi memang sebenarnya ini adalah kos yang sangat bagi dia worth ya, baginya berbaloi ya, lumayan lah bagi dia kayak gitu. Jadi itu sangat bagi dia itu, bagi aku mahal juga ya buat kita.
Iya benar
Nah,
juga.
tapi pastinya kita tahu di sisi lain pasti ada yang murah ya. Tetapi yang kita mengharapkan di sini udah lama dia tinggal di Indonesia, aku rasa dia bisa juga berbahasa Indonesia sedikit. Ya semoga bahasa Indonesia lancar juga ya.
Ya, betul. Sebabnya kalau sudah sebulan itu pastilah ada beberapa basic
Basic ya,
berkenaan
terima
dengan bahasa
kasih
Indonesia.
ya. Sampai jumpa.
Ini berapa ya?
kayak gitu. Ini
Wah,
berapa?
mahal banget. Nah, gitu bisa
kayak
sudah
gitu.
tuh.
Bisa murah lagi kok. Kayak gitu ya kan.
Negotiation.
Jadi ada pasti pandai yang kayak itu ya. Ini sebenarnya mahal ataupun murah itu tergantung pada diri kita sendiri ya kan.
Betul.
Tapi bagi mereka mungkin nggak ngerasa biaya pengeluaran itu kan ya mungkin sangat bagi dia sangat worth lah ya gitu. Tapi namanya biaya ini Pakcik, kamu nggak akan perasan, nggak akan ngerasa berapa yang dikeluarin ya.
Ya, tapi kalau kita kira secara harian, secara hariannya yaitu sebanyak 150 ringgit. 150 ringgit bersamaan dengan berapa? Kira 300 ribu rupiah begitu. Maksudnya a lot cheaper lah. Sebabnya kalau kita consider macam hotelnya, villa begitu, tinggal satu hari 100 ringgit gitu. Jadi perbelanjaannya untuk makan, untuk transportasi bisa jadi 50 ringgit itu. Jadi dikira sebagai murah juga.
Iya, sebab kalau kita lihat tadi ya, villa yang ditinggalnya itu ada kolam, ada tub, ada dapurnya yang sangat nyaman, sangat enak kita lihat juga. Ya, itu sebenarnya worth banget lah, ya. Jadi mungkin ini nggak perlu dibahas panjang ya. Mungkin sama-sama kita ini defend daripada kita. Ini sebenarnya dari kita, mahal ataupun murah itu daripada kita ya. Cuma apabila dia costing kan kayak gitu, kita sudah dapat gimana ya? Dapat
gambaran lah.
Hint kayak gitu ya kan.
Maksudnya
hint berapa costing kalau kita ke sana.
Maksudnya di
gitu.
sini kalau di Bali itu dia optionnya banyak lah, sama
Ya,
ada
option banyak.
kamu ingin yang murah, yang mahal, yang apapun semuanya ada di sana gitu.
Iya benar. Jadi guys, ini nggak perlu dibahas panjang ya. Makasih yang udah nonton video ini sehingga habis bersama dengan kita ya. Mungkin kita tadi banyak kira-kira ya guys, kira-kira berapa juta dia keluar ini guys, banyak ya. Jadi makasih ya. Kalau kalian ada pendapat lain sila komentar di bawah seperti biasa. Jadi mungkin saya untuk kali ini ya Baci ya.
Ya itu saja barang kami berdua. Sekiranya kalian ada lagi sebarang video untuk direaksi, just comment down below beserta dengan landing. Dan insyaallah kami akan coba yang terbaik untuk meriasasikan video-video Anda.
Ya mungkin itu saja untuk kali ini. See you for the next video. Assalamualaikum, bye.